What's up, champions? Welcome to another video. In this video I want to show you the real handstand push-up. Let's begin. Boom. So that is the handstand push-up. If we want to achieve it, definitely we need a handstand, we need a solid technique, and we need solid overhead pressing strength. So definitely make sure that you get those pike push-ups in and that military press. Right now everybody's pretty much isolated, so military press might not be doable, but there are also sorts of variations of the pike push-ups that you can perform to strengthen your overhead pressing. So the handstand push-up, the main thing that we want to get across here is basically the technique, because there are two ways of doing it. And one way is phenomenal, it's the good way, and that really affects the deltoid. So it's really insane amount of weight on the delt. So basically when you lean forward with the shoulders and then in a protracted position, keeping your elbows close, you engage that lean forward. So the bottom position should almost be with a 45-degree lean. So that really works our anterior deltoid, and in that case your handstand push-up is going to transfer to the planche, it's going to transfer to 90-degree push-ups, you're going to get stronger at shoulder press. So basically overall deltoid strength is going to be very strong. While that second variation, which is often done, is without that lean forward. So basically from here, instead of leaning forward and going really on the delts, people tend to go just here, somewhere here. So really going with elbows out, and that works our upper chest, but it doesn't do us a whole lot of good for the planche. So basically, let me show you how this looks like. So I'm going to show you, I did a session just now, I did 80 kgs military press, I did handstand push-ups, but I'm going to show you the technique on how to do it correctly. So basically what we need to figure out is how to go with the shoulders forward, stay in a nice straight line, and then go down through the negative. So this is how it's done. So try to also keep the hand placement about shoulder width apart or slightly wider. Don't go too wide right away. So for me about here is perfect. So the handstand push-up, we're in a good handstand line, and from here I don't just go down like this. From here I need to lean forward with the shoulders, and now elbows in, straight body, and going through the negative. Boom. So this is the proper position for that handstand push-up. And then it gets very difficult as we press up from here and then try to open up the shoulders. So if you have the negative, if it's correct, make sure a common mistake is that you should try to avoid is getting that elbow here behind the wrist. So as you've seen during the negative, when I had that lean forward, the elbow the whole time was directly above the wrist. Now if when I press up, I open the shoulders too fast, I will go with the elbows behind here, I'm probably going to lose balance. So I can also demonstrate this right now. So this would be a common mistake to try to avoid when pressing. So the forearm should be vertical, that's a good cue always to have. So from here, you go correctly forward like this. But then if you go with the elbow here behind, it's not the best thing. So you're not going to be very strong in that position, and you're probably going to lose balance. And you also want to avoid that during the negative. So with the negative, I don't want to be doing this. I don't want to be going like this. You see where I want to go with the elbow directly above the wrist to have the most amount of control and strength there. So boy, that was a lot of cues. So the most important thing is try to go into a good handstand line, so not a banana handstand, because that will usually result in going directly down, and try to initiate that lean forward with the shoulders, and then try to bring the body down at almost 45-degree angle. So now let me show you also the shitty handstand push-up. So this is something I used to do a lot in the past, and that's the main reason why my handstand push-ups did not transfer to planche. So everybody who has amazing planche and tall, somebody like Sai Monster, even Kaitash, they usually have good handstand push-ups, and they really lean forward on the delts, especially Sai Monster. You can see his handstand push-ups in a hollow position all day, every day. So that's where he got that amazing shoulder strength that transfers so well into the planche. While if you go with this handstand push-up, which is basically something like this, so more similar to a back to wall handstand push-up doesn't transfers well to the flag because it's this movement, so you're pressing here, but not a very good transfer. 90-degree push-up, planche, and proper handstand push-up basically. So for this one, usually people go with a wider hand position and then just go here. So let me show you how that looks like. So without engaging that lean forward. Boy, I haven't done those in a while. Let's see. So usually, you can even have a straight handstand, but if I go down here, this is not a real handstand push-up, and usually they tend to be even in a banana a little bit, because that makes it so much easier because the hips are basically pulling you over, so you're kind of losing balance and pressing up in the same time. So this handstand push-up is not going to transfer very well. You're not going to use a whole lot of your deltoid strength, and you're not going to benefit, your planche is not going to benefit from this one, and your overall pressing strength. So this one is still a valuable exercise to sometimes go with a wide handstand push-up, but still make sure to engage a little bit of that lean forward. So let me show you now how the difference basically looks like. So if I go with this one, if I go directly down, it looks like this. So this is what you try to avoid. What you should do is go here forward and then bring it down. See this? Already feel my shoulders much more. Oof. Well, it was a lot of talking, a lot of demonstration, I'm a bit exhausted. But yeah, this is the real handstand push-up. So leaning forward and then going through the negative. How to get there? Practice your handstand, make sure your handstand is rock solid. Practice it on the floor, practice it on the parallettes. Regarding the handstand push-up, slightly easier on the floor. I don't know why I just showed everything on parallettes, but yeah, slightly easier on the floor regarding pushing strength because you can here press with your palm as well, so it kind of helps you a little bit on the way up. Whew. So yeah, practice your handstand on the floor, practice it on the parallettes, make sure it's stable, and then also, very important thing is practice for overall strength. Don't go for shitty handstand push-up attempts. If you go down through the negative and you're pressing up like this, like very slowly, a bit of elevation is going on, a little bit more to the left, more to the right, you barely get a single rep, it's not very good for strength development. You can't always work on that intensity. So if you're not yet strong enough to go for a handstand push-up, so if a single rep is really slow, then make sure to focus on an exercise that you can't perform with about 5 sets of 5 reps, for example. That's gonna get you a whole lot of strength way faster than always pushing with that 1 rep max. I know it's tempting, I know you want it, but sometimes you just need to go back. Using something like the elevated deep pike push-ups is phenomenal, and if you go with a very close grip, it can actually be more difficult than a wide grip handstand push-up. So yeah, work on your pike push-ups, work on your military press if you have the chance, work on your deltoid press. You have so many exercises to perform, and in the meantime work on your balance, and then as you get stronger, try to work the negatives and also try to work on the bent arm handstand press. Because always doing the negatives is also not the best thing, because you never actually push, you never really develop that muscle activation. So going through the negative with control, it can be very beneficial for learning how to balance, muscle coordination, improving muscle strength, but you never really activate in a fast way. So you need to do some reps, and also bent arm handstand press is a phenomenal exercise to work on the concentric portion of the handstand push-up. Whew. Yeah, that's about it. I think that's everything I had to say. Stay healthy. I know everybody's got to stay at home, but at least it gives us an opportunity to work on ourselves more. So you can definitely explore the handstand, improve your pressing strength, and get your proper quality, perfect form handstand push-up. Thank you so much for your attention and your time. And if you're still troubling with, oh, I need to do I need to do this exercise or that one, or I need to do this many sets or that many sets, then simply click the link right here below the video, and yeah, check out some of my tutorials. There's a discount still, so you can check out everything. I have a lot of routines for the one-arm chin-up, the handstand push-up, the upper body basics, also calisthenics legs routines, so this will be definitely something that you can do in these days. But yeah, check out, click the link right here, and I'll see you guys there. Thank you so much for your time. Boom.